All right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Sarah Green, 756-207.
Okay, Sarah, my name is Brendan Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Freeman. Mr. Roche will be your panel. I'll explain the process to you, read some information to the record, have a parole interview, ask you some questions. You can respond at the end. You can make a statement or take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
Sarah Green, DOC number 756-207, your second class offender. Full eligibility date 12/15/2022. Not eligible for good time. Full term date 3/16/2024. 5-year sentence. Simple robbery. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been down?
39 months.
And how old are you?
45.
45.
Yes, sir.
You have a GED or high school diploma?
Yes, I do.
What do you have?
A high school diploma.
Good. So you're 45 with a high school diploma and you're in jail. Why are you in jail?
Because I was strung out on drugs and alcohol, and I committed a crime.
How long you been on drugs and alcohol?
For 6 years,
What's your drug of choice?
alcohol, and I was doing powder cocaine.
You ever had any long-term substance abuse?
No, sir.
So you've been using, what, how long you been using? All your life?
No, 6 years.
Why 6 years? What happened 6 years ago that made you in the late 30s using drugs?
Oh, I was going through something with a marital problems. And I found out that my husband had made a baby on me, and I just went, wow. I've been married for 17 years.
Yeah, because you got a pretty good rap sheet. I mean, you've been you've been in some trouble.
Yes, sir, I have. In and out of jail. Only because of drugs and alcohol. I wouldn't do that sober.
So you've been in jail. I mean, you've been arrested in 99, 2009, 2010, 2012, 2014. That's all before 6 years ago.
Yes, sir. I've been in and out of trouble.
Yeah, you've been in trouble. Have you
Yes, sir.
taken any classes while you've been there? Have you done anything to help yourself out? Any substance abuse treatment? Any classes? What you been doing?
I tried to get into classes. They said I had to be court ordered. I wrote them more than once, and they wrote me back and said I had to be court ordered to get into class. So I've been trying to get in classes.
Who told you that? Y'all say she got to be court ordered there to be in classes? The staff can help me out there?
No, sir.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of that. I've never heard of it. I've been doing this for
I
a
don't
little
know.
while. I'm just trying to figure it out. That's good. All right, thank you. Have you been in transitional work?
Working?
Yeah, have you been in any kind of working?
Yes, sir. Work. I work.
Were you ever in a transitional work program?
Oh, no, no.
Since you've been incarcerated, you hadn't been in any transitional work program? They didn't send you to work for a day or a couple of days or something?
No, sir.
Hadn't done any kind of work. When's your last disciplinary write-up?
I don't have one.
What's your plans if you're gonna go home?
My plans on, I have a co-sponsor right now. So I want to attend NAAA meetings and possibly go to outpatient treatment, IOP.
And you hadn't done any classes, you hadn't done anything, okay? I don't have any further questions. Would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I want to apologize to my victim and that I caused any inconvenience, because I know if that was me, the crime that I committed, I feel some type of way. And I just want to say I'm sorry, and that I am a changed woman, that I refuse to hang with the same people and get back on drugs and alcohol. I have a great support system, which is my family. My husband has 20 years sobriety. And as long as I stay focused and be with my family and my friends that's not on drugs and alcohol, I can succeed in life. Because we all have, my whole family have family business. Everybody's owning something. I want to be one of them too, just like them. So I just hope that give me the opportunity to prove myself to society that I am a better person and I am somebody.
Okay, thank you. Well, we'll hear from Michael Jones now. He'd like to make a statement on your behalf. Go ahead, Michael.
Yes. I would like to make a statement on Miss Green's behalf. Excuse me, my name is Michael Jones, and I'm an old friend of Sarah's. Man,
Go ahead. We can hear you.
I don't know. Okay. Yes, sir. I just speaking on her behalf, to say that I believe Miss Green has reformed herself during this time of incarceration. I've been supporting her from the beginning all the way up until now. And I just asked the board to, overlook her situation and how she's been doing since she's been incarcerated and possibly give her a chance. Come on, go home or go to a halfway house or somewhere up in there. And father her rehabilitation.
Go ahead and vote. I'll vote first. It sounds like you stayed out of trouble. You try to do right while you're in there, but while you're there, I mean, you had a significant drug problem. You got history of being in and out of jail. You need to be trying to take classes. There's no reason why you can't apply to take classes. You need to take drug treatment classes. You need to take some anger management classes. There's some things that you still need to do. I'm not prepared to vote for you today. My vote would be to deny you. You have law enforcement opposition, victim opposition, and you need to take some programs. You can't. I know that's disappointing to you, but it's not about getting out. We want you to stay out. And if you've had no classes, no treatment, anything, that's difficult. So my vote today is to deny. I encourage you and ask the staff there to put her in classes and drug treatment classes and anger management, living in balance. Mr. Roche.
Ms. Green, my vote is the same for the same reasons. You need some rehabilitative programming, and you have a lot of victim opposition, law enforcement opposition. You're not ready.
Mr. Freeman.
I also vote to deny. I think your disciplinary record's great, so you made a turn in that direction. But if you could take some drug rehab programming and reapply after you complete those courses, I think you'll be successful. So, but today I vote to deny.
All right, you have 3 votes to deny your parole today. Your parole's been denied. Good luck to you.
Well, that was kind of classic, where she starts off by just downplaying it completely, and thinking that the funny thing is thinking that she can get away with it. But we see it so often, and I see someone wrote a comment describing it. It's like there's something that can be wrong with, it's like a disorder or something, but where they believe that they believe that they're like more intelligent or superior intellectually, and that anything they say they can manipulate the other person, but without having the insight as to how that the other person just won't fall for it, that it's just going to make them look bad, so that you can go into until you get to a certain point when you understand that it's just not going to work. I mean, you really think you're going to go to a parole hearing and your story is going to be, well, everything was great, and then I had this, with my relationship, and I had this bad moment. And they're like, that's not true. You're like a career criminal. And she's actually really lucky. She was initially charged with attempted of taking a life, $522,000 bond in 2019. So this is for this offense, right? And she took a plea deal and they didn't charge her for that. Thank you, Richard, for providing this info. But what she did was she stole a car from a donut shop and then charged with attempted second degree. Now, the alleged carjacking happened on March 18th around 7:30 a.m. And it's, when you're going to work at 7:30 a.m. and you stop off and you just want to get your coffee and your donuts, and then to have this person show up and all of this to happen, right? And when you think about that, it's like, man. So according to the records arrest, the victim parked her car at the donut and went inside to get donut and coffee. But this is when Sarah saw the keys were still inside the 2017 white Nissan Sentra, so she jumped inside and started it. At this point, record states that the victim tried to stop the suspect from taking her car. The victim tried to pull the suspect out of the car, but Green slammed on the gas pedal, knocking the victim away. The victim told police that she had to roll out of the way to avoid getting run over. And they obviously dropped the charges, but we have seen people, when they do it to police officers, we have seen them get convicted on attempted murder charges. So she is lucky that they didn't decide to do that. Green reportedly then took off into Louisville Avenue police and were able to track down the car minutes later, but the suspect refused to stop. The suspect led the police on a chase on Highway 165 and headed north. Police say Green moved in and out of traffic, hitting 94 miles per hour. She entered the CenturyLink parking lot where people were going to a building and turned back into Highway 165. The chase headed into Morehouse Parish, where an officer tried to spike strip to stop Green, but police say she swerved towards the officer and he had to run away. Officer then attempted to create rolling roadblocks with their vehicles, but Green escaped by steering her stolen vehicle into one of the law enforcement units. I just did a parole hearing. We just did a parole hearing. I haven't published it yet, but it was a kid who is just, I don't know, was he even 18 yet? He might have been. And he drove his car around spike strips, almost hit a police officer, didn't, and they charged him, and he was convicted of second-degree attempted murder of a police officer, and he got a long sentence, I think like 15 or 20 years. So, and he was a kid, you know. Police say she then tried to get away by driving through a field, but got stuck in the mud. At this point, record states that Green refused to get out of the vehicle, and officers had to break the car's window to apprehend her. Sarah Green is charged with carjacking. I think he was 16, but I'll play it. I'll play it in the next week or so. Sarah Green with carjacking, aggravated obstruction on the highway, resisting an officer, and attempted second degree. The crimes happened in Ouachita Parish. She faces possible additional charges, but so yeah, she certainly, I would say, needs more programs, and she is still locked up. You know, you got to take accountability for where you're at. But thank you, Richard, for the information. And when she comes up for next parole hearing, we'll play it for you. With that, I'll let you go.